Shirley Caesar tied the knot with her soulmate in 1983. After losing him 31 years later, her world came crashing down. A vicious estate feud ensued. 100 and her stepchildren betrayed her. Online rumors regarding her demise quickly gained traction. She was accused of capitalizing on her mother's suffering by even her own siblings. Even after donating 75% of her income to charity, the woman still couldn't find inner peace. The loss of her family was more devastating than the loss of her voice. Durham, North Carolina is the site of Shirley Caesar's birth on October 13, 1938. Of her 13 siblings, she was the 10th. Food, clothing, 100, and living space were all severely limited for her family due to their extreme poverty. Even though he put in hard hours at a tobacco factory, James Caesar, 100, her father would still sing gospel with the Just Come Four on weekends. His gospel voice was so deep that he became famous in the area. The amount of money he earned from singing was never sufficient to support a household with 10 children, 8 girls and 5 boys. Mother who Shirley was raised by, had a minor disability. She managed to feed all 13 children with very little, but she was resourceful. Survival wasn't about comfort. Shirley learned as she grew up. Strength and selflessness were key themes. The year 1945 was a watershed moment. 100. At the tender age of 7, Shirley witnessed her father's abrupt fall due to a brain seizure. 100. Her childhood came to a close at that same moment when Dad passed away. Shirley felt helpless since she had 13 people to feed and no means of support. 100. She settled on singing in churches as a means to earn some extra cash. She became her family's linchpin when she was only 7 years old. We couldn't afford to be sad or to waste time weeping. Her voice became her livelihood, her means of subsistence. Nobody let her rest and recover. Instead, 100. She got to her feet and started singing to save her family from starvation. 100. Shirley had a tremendous alto voice that was shaking church walls by the time she was 10 years old. Not because she was diminutive in stature, 100, but because of her naivete and innocence. She was affectionately known as Baby Shirley. In order to be visible, she had to stand on boxes. However, 100, her music moved even the grown-ups to tears. There was no permanent residence for her when she was 14 years old. 100. Holding on to a cherry Coke and a cheeseburger that her mother had given her, she journeyed alone throughout the Jim Crow South. 100. Spending the night in segregated bus stations. For singing all week, a few pastors gave her 50 cents, and then they took hundreds. Still, 100. She persisted in making each presentation an oral extravaganza by singing and stomping her feet. Her voice was her only weapon. 100. Her mother's condition continued to deteriorate. I was unable to walk without assistance due to my paralyzed leg. 100. Shirley started taking care of her